G'day everyone, more beer than Barrow back. This time we're currently in the outskirts of Darwin and we're just about to set off on a trip to Gunn Point. And that's going to be significant for two reasons. The first reason is we haven't been to Gunn Point and we've heard lots of good stuff about it. It's really close to Darwin and we thought we'd check it out for an overnighter while we're up in Darwin. The other significant point is this is our first proper trip in our new go-to car. So what's happened since our last video is we have traded in the Triton because we've ordered a new 70 Series Landcruiser, a brand new one, but obviously with the global shortage that won't arrive until probably the middle of next year. So in the meantime we've picked up and we've fixed up this 105 Series Landcruiser that we bought off a fella in Kununurra. This needed a fair bit of work when we picked it up. We needed to fix the exhaust, we needed to fix a lot of the steering and suspension. This has got those live solid axles at the front, so the swivel had hubs and needed repair, as did a lot of the control arm bushes and various other bushes and sway bar links and lots of stuff that lots of people know way more than me about. So it's an old car, it's naturally aspirated, so there's no turbo, it's really slow on the highway. I've been pissing off half of the Northern Territory on the drive up here because I just can't get away quickly. But at low range, low end torque, it's sensational. I've given it a bit of a go a few times. Lots of low end range torque in low range, and I'm looking forward to trying a bit of that out at Gunn Point. It's got a bloody massive inch. It's got a bloody massive 3-inch suspension lift. When we bought it, and that's bigger than any lift we would put in a car, but we're not going to change it, we're going to go with it. The tyres were all pretty good, Maxi Bravo all-terrains, and they were all still got about 70% left of their tread. It's got the dual battery system, so we've got our fridge powered by it. We're not sure how reliable the dual battery system is yet. We'll try it out and we'll know a bit more after this trip. I brought a few Eskies full of ice just in case. We've got lots of good storage on top. We don't have our rooftop tent, and I'll talk you through our sleeping options when we get to camp a little bit more. And we've installed two other things as well. Well, three things in fact. We've put a LED bar in. We've installed a new winch, a steel cable winch. And we've also installed a brand new heavy duty clutch. So with those big tyres, I noticed I was getting a lot of clutch judder on takeoff, especially in first gear. So we've gone for a heavy duty clutch, and hopefully that keeps us going for the next year or so. So off to Gunn Point in the 105, and we'll show you a bit of the drive and we'll show you all the highlights. It's just going to be an overnight trip. It's pretty much built up now. We're at the end, we're in the last 2 days of September, so we're pretty much in build up weather. It's going to be a very hot and humid camping trip, and we've got a few plans for that which we'll talk about when we get to camp. Righto, we'll see you at Gunn Point, hopefully. Just saying, at times this top end woodland sort of foresty, bushy type stuff, you could close your eyes and open them again and imagine that you're in the southwest of Western Australia, and probably resembles a lot of other places around the country as well. But for us, yeah, the woodlands and the sort of hardwood old trees remind me a lot of home in the southwest, at Jarrahdale in the southwest. The only giveaway is the pandanus trees that you see littering around. If you look closely, in between the tall hardwoods, you can see the tropical pandanus trees and the palm type trees growing, and the ferns, and that's the giveaway that you're in the top end. I'm thinking we will check out Gunn Point Beach North I think the south goes towards the conservation reserve, and I think that's where you're not allowed to camp, from memory. I reckon that's towards the prison, eh? Out that way. That might even be the prison, eh? The old prison. On the deck. Welcome back, corrugations. Well, we're getting close to the beach now. In fact, the beach is just to our left. We're driving along the coast, the western coast of Gunn Point. And I get the feeling this would have been a really challenging track in wet season. As you can see all the bog holes, rutted section. Anyway, my strategy is I'm going to go to the far northern point and then explore the way backwards. What do you reckon? Yeah.
Good idea.
Funny, these old Landcruisers, they pretty much do the job in two-wheel drive. For the stock standard tracks, you really don't need four-wheel drive. It's only when it starts getting real you need it. You start seeing the ruts. Oh, there's someone's campsite. Welcome to Gunn Point Beach, or Murramujuk Beach, I think is its original name. It looks beautiful. That water looks beautiful, but we all know we won't be swimming in there because of where we are, the top end of Australia, and there'll be biting handbags in there for sure. Breeze off the coast as well, but it's very humid, so it's going to be challenging for camping. There's our wheels. You can see next to where we're parked. Just got to hop over this. Right. Some of the more challenging four-wheel drive tracks that we will not be partaking in. I've seen a few other videos where people have climbed these, you know, for the challenge of the four-wheel drive. I won't be doing that. Not my thing. But anyway, what a beautiful spot. We might keep going north. Needs a bit of a service, this one. I wonder how long that's been here for. So this is one of the creeks leading in to the beach at Gunn Point. Mangrove lined creek, which makes me think probably sandflies, but still beautiful. Beautiful tropical creek. There's a very light sprinkling of rain as well. There's not going to be a lot of rain overnight, but as the build-up begins, we're going to start seeing overcast conditions and showers. This creek looks like it's well worth a bit of a flick with the fishing rod, so that's exactly what I'm going to do now. So we're within about a kilometre of the far northern point of Gunn Point, and our HEMA Maps is telling us that it's called Fright Point. So hopefully we're not in for a fright when we get there. Been an interesting four-wheel drive track, the northern part of the track anyway, without being overly challenging. Still enough to keep you on your toes. And knock on wood, we're really impressed with how the 105's handling it all, to be honest. She seems like she's another good old girl. We were really happy with the 60, and I think hopefully, now that everything's fixed, we'll be really happy with the 105 as well. She's doing well so far anyway. The map's also saying it's pretty densely littered with mangroves, which usually means sandflies, so we'll, I'm not 100% sure we'll be camping up at the northern tip. We might go back to the headland that we were on earlier, further back south, but pretty tough going in wet season. In fact, there's a bit of mud there, which I'll try and avoid the majority of. Yeah, you wouldn't be coming here in another couple of months. Well, I'd be surprised if you were there anyway. So that's the South Channel between Vernon and the mainland. Good for a bit, eh? Mm-hmm. Need our wits about us here, that's for sure. Exactly where you'd expect to
Yeah, there's a big splash. I don't know what it was.
Surely not a croc.
Hmm.
Surely. Fright Point at the northern tip of Gunn Point, and a beautiful spot, a tidal creek, and the mangroves growing all along the sides of the creek and all over the floodplains here. It's a beautiful spot, and people have camped here. We can see evidence of campsites, but we will not be camping here because A, it looks like there's a lot of sandflies here, and B, I don't feel too safe from saltwater crocs here. You're literally surrounded by tidal water in every direction. So we will be moving back towards the beach along the coast further south of Gunn Point, and we'll be looking for some headlands to camp in where we can hopefully catch the breeze and escape all the sandflies. Righto. See you hopefully at a pretty awesome campsite. Well, we had to do a few temporary repairs, which I'll need to see to when we get back to Darwin, but you can see there the shock absorber, and we heard a clunking when we were driving along the track, and at the bottom mount of the shock absorber the pin had come out and detached, and it was missing a bolt. So we found a bolt which will do a temporary fix until we get back to town, but the noise has gone away now, so temporary fix, but must get that sorted before we go anywhere else. And here is our view from camp at Gunn Point. Another beautiful evening coming up. And here is the campsite that we have set up today. And I said I would talk you through the sleeping setup, so I will. We can actually sleep in the back of the Landcruiser, so we've got a really comfy mattress, and we can unpack everything from the back of the Landcruiser, and both of us can spread out pretty comfortably there. It's a good comfy night's sleep, but it's probably a bit too hot now at this time of year to be sleeping in the car. So for tonight, we're just going with the old Mozzie Dome and an air mattress, and we figure that'll be all right because we're a good 100 metres back from the water, so no croc stress, and not a bad campsite at all. The Pandanus. I think I might have a flick with the lures and see if I can get anything from the beach. Looks a bit shallow, so I probably won't, but we'll give it a go. our pole position for the sunset. It's a quad bike just heading up the beach there. And there's the sunset. Going down over, I think, the Timor Sea. I'll double check that. And yeah, Gunn Point, the beach, the northern end of the beach. Another very special place we've been lucky enough to get to. Here's our snacks. Well, I'm going to go back and take a pew and enjoy this sunset. Absolutely gorgeous. $1 million view in my opinion. Just disappearing behind the ocean now. Superb. Even the March flies hacking into my leg aren't detracting from this view. The top end. Another quick look at camp. What a spot, and we say that all the time. There it goes. Dawn at Murramujuk Beach, or Gunn Point Beach, north. And some lovely colours as the sun comes up. And it's actually a really spectacular beach. Another special spot that we've been lucky to come to and camp at. And there's the sun rising from behind our campsite from the east. Unfortunately, we can't hang around too long this morning because I need to get into Darwin before the weekend. See if I can get that shock absorber mount fixed. I've just done a temp job on it, so it won't hold forever. And we're discovering all sorts of things with the new second-hand car, which is what happens really. To be expected. But that's why somewhere like Gunn Point is good, because if anything goes wrong, you're actually looking out towards Darwin there. It's only about an hour's drive from here, and there are spots around here with phone reception, so it's actually a pretty low risk spot with quite high benefit. So I rate it, Gunn Point. We couldn't get any fish in either the creek or the beach. The beach is probably a bit too shallow, but I'd certainly come back here. Gunn Point, and here comes the sun.